All right, hello. So we're going to talk today more about adverbs. And this time we're going to talk about where adverbs appear in different parts of sentences. So sometimes they can go before the verb, sometimes they can go after the verb. They're pretty flexible. An adverb is a word that tells something about a verb. I think it describes a verb. Adverbs often follow the verb, though some adverbs can be used at the beginning, middle, or end of a sentence. So here's our adverb carefully. Carefully, Mrs. Marsh trained her service dog. I don't think that sounds that great. Mrs. Marsh carefully trained her service dog. That sounds a little bit better. And then I think this last one sounds best of all. Mrs. Marsh trained her service dog carefully. So you could put it at the beginning of the sentence. You could put it right before the verb. The verb is trained. Or you could put it way down here at the end, trained her service dog carefully, right? So the thinking questions are, what is the adverb that tells about the verb, and what part of the sentence is the adverb? So some adverbs can go before the verb, some go after the verb. So on 1 through 5, the verb in each sentence is underlined, and we're going to write the adverb. So we have to look for it. Remember, we're looking for frequency, intensity, how, where, and that's what those are the things that we're looking for, right? So, number 1, often a dog trainer makes careless mistakes. So if I'm looking for when or where or how, when often is going to fill that bill. So our adverb is often. Number 2, puppies in their first year of life learn best. So we know that learn is our verb. Puppies in their first year of life learn best. How do they learn? That's telling us how. Best. Number 3, a trainer repeats the commands again. So I think this one's a when, or of intensity, like how often. So I would say again is probably going to be the answer to that when question. Number 4, our teacher usually knows every dog. So I'm thinking of how knows, and the answer is usually, or how often. All right. Number 5, I feel like the lights are going out faster than before vacation, or maybe I'm just not moving as much. Number 5, I think about my dog a lot. So how often? A lot. Right? Okay. Does that sound good to everybody? Those sound like reasonable answers to me. Underline each adverb, and then we're flipping it. Now we're underlining the adverb and we're writing the verb. I always like to find the verb first because I think it's easier. You know what an action word is, and so it's easier to find that. So let's write the verb first, and then we'll find the adverb. Once 5 of the guide dogs got an award. The verb there is probably got. And then we have to ask ourselves how many times, or what's the frequency that they got an award? Once. Right? It only happened one time. Number 7, 3 of the dogs had won before. One is our action word. Which word is telling when? before. All right. He quickly drank all the water in his bowl. Drank is our verb. How did he do it? Quickly. Remember, they told us that the hows would most likely end in an ly. All right, number 9. The best guide dog works for Mrs. Hatcher now. Works is our verb. When? Now, right? That's describing when. It wouldn't be best because best is an adjective. It's describing the guide dog. All right, our last one. Let's see if we can do the last one. Spot, please come here. So come is our verb, right? And where do we want the dog to come? Here, right? Okay, so hopefully this week you have learned a little bit more about adverbs. You have learned that they can tell us about frequency and intensity, and they can also tell us how, when, and where something happens. So let's make a note of that. Let's say how, when, and where. Okay, this is kind of the most important way to find them. All right, so whenever you find a verb and you find a word that describes that verb and tells how the verb is being done, when the verb is being done, or where the verb is being done, then you know it's an adverb. All right, so I hope this helped you. I know it's a little bit tricky, and I know that it's not something you've used very much before, but hopefully this helped you to be able to find adverbs in sentences or to use adverbs in sentences of your own. All right, I will talk to you later.